Okay, tell me about what is adaptation according to you. Do not see the uh, do not see the definition on the board. This screen. Just tell me what is adaptation according to you. What it is according to you? Capability to survive. Very good, Aaron. Yes, capability to survive. Anyone else? Very good. Capability to survive. Yeah, in your own words, it is capability to survive. Anyone else who can give me any other definition? What is adaptation? What is adaptation? Anyone else? Attribute of an organism. Okay, towards the it's Ikshita, very good. Attribute of an organism towards the changing environment. Yes or no? Towards the changing environment or the particular environment they are surviving in. Yes, attribute of an organism or the capability of an organism to survive in that particular environment is nothing but called as adaptation. Yes, the process of change by which an organism or the species become better suited to the environment. Yes. So very good, Ilmina. This is also the definition. Now tell me, you all are aware about Charles Darwin. Yes or no? Anyone who is not aware about Charles Darwin? Yes, all are aware about, right? Darwin's theory. Can anyone tell me one of his theory? One of his theory, Darwinism theory. The process of change adapting an organism. Yes. What he said that is nothing, he called it as nothing but as survival of the fittest. Okay, survival of the fittest. The one who can adapt into that particular environment can survive that conditions. Okay, the one who can adapt into that particular environment, that organism who can survive into that particular environment or adapt in that particular environment, they can survive. Okay, they can survive. That is what he said. So now coming to the definition of adaptation here, any ability of an organism that enables an organism to survive and reproduce in its habitat. Okay, for an organism to survive into that particular environment and to reproduce and grow. Okay, to reproduce and grow. This is nothing but called as adaptation. Now, do you agree that our body also is adapted to many changes of the environment? Do you agree to it? Yes, then what it is? If you say yes, then why? And how do you think that we are adapting to the changes of the environment? If no, also then tell me. If yes, then how do you think? Everyone should be answering. Bharat, answer me. Vani, Ankita, different seasons, yes, very good. Climatic system, yes. Elvina, climatic changes, yes. Yeah, we are adapting to the different climatic changes, pollution, different concentration changes in the air, in the resources. Yes, very good. In the resources, climatic change, different seasons as well. Okay, we are getting adapted to many such changes. We might not just pinpoint it, like what is happening, what change is happening in us. But there are some of the adaptations which is taking place. Okay, there are some of the adaptations which is taking place in us. Some of the resistant power is coming. Some of the immunity defense system is getting stronger. Resistant power is increasing. So these all things are nothing but these are the changes which we inculcate in our body to adapt. Okay, which we inculcate in our body to adapt to the environmental changes. Okay, to the environmental changes, and this is nothing but called as adaptation. Okay, the response what we give to the different changes, environmental changes, which is happening around us, that is nothing but called as adaptation. Okay, clear to everyone? The ability of an organism that enables an organism to survive in that particular condition, okay, and to reproduce. Okay, to survive in that particular condition and to reproduce. Either it can be any desert area, or any heavy rainfall area, cold conditions. Okay, so any such things it can be, any such environmental conditions it can be. Clear to everyone? Anyone has got a doubt regarding adaptation? Clear, right? Adaptation is nothing but ability of an organism that enables an organism to survive and reproduce in that habitat. Okay, clear, right? Okay, remember the definitions. Definitions are important. Time and again, I'm saying this. Please do note down and take. Okay, please do note down the points. Now coming to adaptation in organism. Okay, adaptation in organism. The first one is kangaroo rat. Okay, you can see the picture over here. Everyone can see, right? You can see the picture over here. Kangaroo rat. So, what about the kangaroo rat? They are usually found in the areas where there is less water presence or there is no much of water present there. Okay, kind of desert areas, xeric areas. Okay, where there is no much water present. Now, what is the adaptation? What is the adaptation done for this kangaroo rat? So for the plants, usually what there are many adaptations which are done. That is, transpiration is less. Okay, transpiration becomes less, or any such adaptations are done, which we'll know more later. But for the kangaroo rat, what happens is internal fat oxidation to produce water as a byproduct, that is in the concentrated urine. Concentrated urine is nothing but less urine formation. Okay, remember this. Concentrated urine is nothing but as a less urine, less urine. Concentrated urine is nothing but less urine to conserve water in their body. Okay, to conserve water in their body, less of a urine is produced and that is excreted out. Okay, remember only this. In kangaroo rat, what is the adaptation done? The adaptation which internally takes place is nothing but concentrated urine formation. That is less urine formation, less of a urine formation is done, so that there is no much loss of water from their body. Okay, there is no much loss of water from their body. Clear to everyone? Okay, not much of details will be I will be giving because it's already done. But remember this: concentrated urine is produced in the kangaroo rats. It's only because there is no much loss of water from their body. Clear? Answer, everyone. Sleeping. Okay, everyone. Ankita, Dikshita, Aaron, then Elvina, Bharat, Noor Fatima. I know who in order. Ashwini, Bhagya. Okay, now and everyone, not only who are taking the names, now coming to the desert plants. Anyone has seen a cactus or anything as such? Anyone has seen cactus plant? Yes, you have seen, Aaron. Anyone else? Yes. Okay. Now tell me about cactus plant. How it is, like how different it is from the other plants. Just give me your own answers. Please do not just say the book answers. Okay, thorny leaves. Yes, very good. Thorny leaves are present. The leaves is modified to thorns. Yes, the leaf is modified to thorn, and what is there? A flat green stem. Can you see over here? Thorny leaves present even without the water facilities. So here, can you see over here? This is nothing but this is stem, and these are nothing but leaves. Okay, these are nothing but leaves. Leaves are here in cactus. Leaves are modified as thorns. Okay, clear. Leaves are modified as thorns, and the stem is and this the flat green structure you can see is nothing but it is stem. Okay, it is known as pillowclade. Okay, it is known as pillow. It is known as pillowclade. Remember this. What is the adaptation? The adaptation that takes place here is leaves are modified as thorns. Why they are modified as thorns is because so that no much of water water loss takes place. Okay, no much of water loss takes place because of the transpiration process. Okay, and the flat green stem is present here. Okay, whereas it is different from the plants which you see here in the other places. In the where there is a presence of water, there the plants are different. Whereas in the xeric areas, that these are known as xerophytes, where the plants are different, whereas the stem is modified as a flat stem. Okay, the stem is modified as a flat stem, and the leaves are modified as a thorns. Okay, the leaves are modified as a thorns. Now tell me, what are the differences you can see here? What is the difference between the plants which you see here and between the this cactus or acacia or anything? What are the differences? Okay, tell me about about the plants which you see here. Okay, cactus grows in desert. Yes, they do not require much water. Very good, Ankita, Elvina. Yes, your plants which you see, they have many leaves. Yes or no? Need all the facilities as water, sunlight. Yes. Yes, the plants which you see over here has got many leaves, whereas here when you see the leaves are modified as a thorns. Okay, the leaves are modified as a thorns, and there is a flat stem. That only makes the difference, right? That only makes the difference from the plants which are present over here and the plants which are present in the desert areas. Okay, and why this is done? This is done for the adaptation in those areas where there is less water presence. Okay, it is done with the adaptation of those areas where there is less water presence. Now, what is the adaptation in the desert plants? Thick cuticle. What is cuticle? Anyone knows what is cuticle? Anyone who can tell me? Tell me what anyone knows. Upper layer, yes. Upper layer. Why it is present in the upper layer of the stem? Yes, Dikshita. What do you want to repeat? Oh, cuticle. This cuticle. What is cuticle? Yes, upper layer. Why it is present? Why cuticle is present? Anyone who knows? Absorbing. Okay, I'll tell you what is cuticle. Okay, so cuticle is nothing but differences. It reduces transpiration. Very good, Noor Fatima. Protect from animals. Yes, very good, Diana. Okay, the differences. Okay, I'll tell you what is the difference. Okay, provide protection are the thorns. Okay, thorns which are modified as leaves which are modified as thorns. So Dikshita, the differences in the plants which you see here, okay, where there is a presence of water, whereas those plants which are in the deserts, like in the xeric areas, there is a difference. Okay, the plants which we see here, they have got many leaves. Okay, they have got many large leaves. Transpiration process is high. Okay, photosynthesis takes place in the daytime. Okay, photosynthesis takes place in the daytime, whereas in the cactus and those plants which are present in the desert areas, they have got flat stem. Okay, that flat stem is known as phylloclade. Okay, those flat stem is known as phylloclade, and the leaves are modified as thorns. Okay, the leaves are modified as thorns. These are the differences. Okay, clear to you, Dikshita? Once again, I'm telling you, the plants which are present over here, they have got many leaves in them and the transpiration process is high. Okay, many stomata are present. Okay, whereas the plants which are found in the desert area, they have the flat stem. Okay, that flat stem is known as phylloclade. Okay, the flat stem is known as phylloclade. The transpiration of process is less, transpiration of water is less, and leaves are modified as thorns. Okay, leaves are modified as thorns so that there should not be much of loss of water. Okay, there should be much of loss of water. Clear? Understood the topic, like the differences? Okay, no problem. Yes. Okay, now coming to the desert plants, many of them had given answers. So that's the cuticle. So cuticle is present in all the plants. Okay, whether it is the plants which are present in the desert areas or the plants which are present here. Okay, uh, yeah, I'll tell you, Fatima, what is fungal stomata. So here, the thick cuticle is nothing but the layer, the waxy layer which is present in the stem and leaves of the plant. Okay. The thick cuticle is it is a kind of a waxy layer which is present on the top of the leaves and the plant. Okay, leaves and the plant. Why it is present? So that there must not be much loss of water. Okay, there should not be much loss of water from the plants. Okay, in the plants which are present here, which you find it in the areas where there is much of water, there you will find a thin cuticle. Okay, there you will find a thin cuticle, whereas the plants which are present in the deserts, there you will find thick cuticle. Okay, cuticle is nothing but what? Cuticle is nothing but a waxy layer which you found on the leaves and the stem. Okay, it is kind of a lamination. Okay, kind of a lamination done so that much of water is not transpired. Okay, much of water is not transpired from the plants. Okay, clear to everyone? Okay, first tell me what is transpiration. Does all the plants undergo transpiration? Can you hear me audible? What is transpiration? Okay, movement of water. Okay, I guess Alvina, anyone can tell me, yes, movement of water is right. From where the movement of water takes place and why does the transpiration occur? What is transpiration? Tell me. You must have studied it, right? Transpiration is nothing but loss of water from the plants. Yes or no? Remember these definitions, okay? Basic definitions should be remembered. Transpiration is nothing but loss of water from the plants through the leaves and the stem. Yes, are you telling the correct definition or not? Tell it please yes or no. Everyone is sleeping. Am I audible? What is transpiration? Transpiration is the loss of water, right? Transpiration is loss of water from the leaves and the stem of the plants. And why the transpiration is done? Transpiration is done so that much of excessive water is removed out from the plants. Okay, excessive water is removed out from the plant, but much, not so that excessive water is removed out from the plants. But lot of water should not be removed out. So to make sure a cuticle is present, the waxy layer is present, so that it assures that not much of water is lost from the plants. Okay, not much of water is lost from the plant. So cuticle is present. Cuticle is nothing but a waxy layer. Okay, remember this, transpiration is nothing but loss of water from the plants. Okay, that is from the leaves and the stem. Okay, so what happens in transpiration? Transpiration is nothing but from where the movement of the water or the kind of evaporation of water takes place. Genetic alteration of cell, that is about transpiration. I am asking about transpiration, Vani. What is transpiration? I was asking. So transpiration is nothing but movement of the water. So sorry regarding this. Can you hear me now? Okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, audible, right? Audible, right? Evaporation of water from the aerial parts of the plant, yes. So evaporation of the water takes place, that is the loss of water takes place from the leaf and the stem. Okay, everyone should be answering. Okay. So now this is controlled by the cuticle. Okay, this is controlled by the cuticle. The plants which are present here can afford the loss of water, whereas the plants which are found in the desert cannot afford the loss of water. So a thicker cuticle is present. Okay, a thick cuticle or a waxy layer is present, so that no much of water is lost. Okay, no much of water is lost. Clear to everyone? Why thicker cuticle is present? So that there should be a control. There should be a control for the evaporation of the water or the loss of the water from the plants. Okay. Now coming to the stomata and the deep pits to minimize the transpiration. So here someone had asked me, Noor Fatima, I guess, that what is sunken stomata? Sunken stomata is nothing but where they find sunken stomata reduces transpiration. Okay, sunken stomata are nothing but which are found. These stomata are small and found in the deep pits. Okay, deep pits in the sense interior, so that it can minimize transpiration. So that it can minimize transpiration. Whereas the leaves, the stomata which are present in these leaves, you can easily make this. If you dissect it and see it under the microscope, you can easily see the stomata. Okay, you can easily see the stomata where they are on the dorsal side of the leaf. Okay, whereas the sunken stomata, those are the reduced stomata which are found in the deep pits. Deep pits is the interior to minimize the transpiration. Okay, to minimize the transpiration, so that no much of loss of water takes place from these plants. Okay, and so that no much of loss of water takes place and the water remains in these plants. Okay, so this is why there is a presence of sunken stomata in these desert plants. Okay, special photosynthetic pathway, that is CAM, that is crucial acid metabolism. Okay, yeah, I'll write it. I'll write it. Crucial as Why it is called as crucian is because we call these plants as crusulans. Okay, so it is crucian. Oh, double S is crucian acid metabolism. Okay, what is CAM now? CAM is nothing but a pathway, that is a photosynthetic pathway, a different pathway which is different from those plants which are present here and those to the xeric plants. So this pathway, the photosynthetic pathway takes place in night. The stomata opens at night and this acid metabolism takes place. Okay, the photosynthetic pathway or the photosynthesis process takes place at night. Okay, so that pathway is known as CAM pathway. Okay, crucian acid metabolism. Okay, clear to everyone? Dikshita, the CAM full form is crucian acid metabolism. Okay, so now what are the desert plants? How they are adapted to be in these desert areas? They have thick cuticle, that is a waxy layer on them. Stomata are found in the sunken. Noor Fatima had asked, I guess, regarding this. So sunken stomata are present, that is stomata are in the deep pits, so that it can minimize the loss of water from the plants. Okay, and another one is CAM pathways, photosynthetic pathways present, that is crucian acid metabolism. Spines are nothing but thorns, okay? You can call it as the thorns or the spines as well. Spines in the sense they are reduced to spines, that is reduced to thorns. These are reduced to spines. We usually call it as thorns or the spines. Anything is, you can call it, you can just write it spines as well, no problem. Okay, so special photosynthetic pathway, that is nothing but crucian acid metabolism. Remember this. No, do not worry about much. But if adaptations, write down the adaptations in organism is asked. If I specify, write about the kangaroo rat, write about the desert plant, so you should write about all these things. The cuticle is present. Stomata is in the deep pits to minimize transpiration. Special photosynthetic pathway, that is CAM pathway. Russelian acid metabolism. Okay. Next coming to Opuntia. Opuntia example it is. That is leaves reddish to spines photosynthetic stem. Photosynthetic stems are nothing but called as pilloclade. Okay. Pilloclade are the flat stem. Okay. Pilloclade are the flat stem. Okay. Clear to everyone? Clear about the desert plants and kangaroo rat. Do not keep the doubts to yourself. Please do ask me. Okay. Now coming to cold climatic mammals. Cold climatic mammals are nothing but short ears and limbs to minimize the heat loss. These cold climatic mammals, whoever are present in those areas like seals and like the seals, usually you must have come across, right? Seals which are present in the water. Okay, in the oceans or in the seas, you will find those seals. So they are seals of the polar areas, like which are found in the cold conditions and all. They are adapted to live in these cold conditions. Okay, they have a fat layer on their thick layer of fat called a blubber. Okay, they have got a fat, thick layer of fat on their body that is called as blubber below their skin, which acts as a this insulator and reduces the loss of heat from their body. Okay, to prevent from the cold and also so that there is no much loss of water from their body. Okay, so it prevents them. Okay, and now the short ears and limbs to minimize heat loss. That is for as called as Allen's rule. What is Allen's rule is? Allen's rule is nothing but the endothermic organisms or the animals which are found in these cold climatic regions will have short ears and short limbs so that there is no much loss, there is no much of heat loss. Okay, if there is a heat loss from their body, they eventually will die. Okay, to maintain the temperature in their body in these cold climatic conditions, they are adapted in this way. They have got short ears and short limbs. Okay, and the seals, polar seals, okay, seal you must be knowing, right? Seals, animals which are found in the oceans, in the seas, and all those seals will have a thick layer called as blubber, fat layer in their below their skin, so that there is no much of heat loss from their body. Okay, this is about the climatic mammals. Next, coming to people living at high altitudes. Okay, so now for me, just tell me whether you had been to any such places like hill stations or mountains or anything as such. Anyone? Hill stations anywhere? Am I audible to all of you? Okay. So what do you find the differences? How different it is from this land area and you go to the hill station? What do you find the difference there? Heat. Okay, where is heat, Elvina? Here it is or temperature. Okay, reduction of the temperature or increase in the temperature or decrease in the temperature, how different it is? Air, cold weather, yes, very good. Okay, air. The quantity of the air means the decrease in the oxygen level takes place. Yes, as what happens is there is a decrease in the oxygen level takes place as you go to the high altitudes. Okay, as you go to the high altitudes and the cold weather. Yes, the temperature also drops down. Okay, so there are the changes that is the cold weather and the this oxygen level. Okay, if you have known any if you have known any such mountain climbers or anything, you have read anything regarding them and all, you must have heard that they carry oxygen cylinders with them. Anyone knows it? Yes. Why do you think do they carry? Why do you think they carry? Less oxygen, very good. Yes, as you move on, okay, as you move on to the high altitude regions, there is a decrease in the oxygen level. Okay, as you move on to the high altitude region, there is a decrease in the oxygen level. Okay, so now you will understand it better why I am giving this example. So people living at a high altitude increased RBC production and increased breathing rate. So why RBC production is increased is because there is a less of oxygen present there. Okay, as there is a less oxygen, so increased RBC production is done. Okay, increased RBC production is done. And because there is a less oxygen, okay, because there is a less oxygen and to compensate with the oxyhemoglobin, okay, to compensate with the oxyhemoglobin, there is an increased breathing rate on those organisms or those people who live in the high altitude regions, who live in the high, in the mountains and all those areas, people will have increased RBC production. Red blood cells. Red blood cells. RBC is nothing but red blood cells. Please do write down intake. Okay. Uh, got it, Dikshita? So red blood cell is nothing. Red blood cell, that is RBC. Why RBC production is more? RBC production is more because there is a less of oxygen. Okay, less amount of oxygen is present in those high altitude areas. So because of that, there is a high RBC or an increased RBC production. Okay, and also increased breathing rate. It's the reason is also there is a less oxygen production there. Okay. Sorry, there is a decrease in the oxygen level. Okay. Next, clear to everyone about people living at high altitude. Do you have any doubts regarding this? Anything which you have not understood? The only thing okay, the only thing which I wanted to tell you is when you go to the higher altitude region, there is a low oxygen. When there is a low oxygen, it can affect your blood. There is no movement of circulation of the oxygen taking place in your body. Yes or no? The RBCs, which are the red blood cells, which carry the oxygen to all your body, will be decreased and that can be fatal as well. Okay, that can be fatal in the sense that can cause death. So how the people are adapted there? The people are adapted there. Increased RBC formation is there. Increased RBC, that is red blood cell production, and increased breathing rate, so that they can compensate with the less oxygen level. Okay, clear to everyone? Any doubts? Everyone should be answering. No one is answering me now. Okay, now coming to desert lizard, bask in the sun when cold and move to the shade when hot. This we had discussed yesterday. What it was called as? We have less than 1 minute. What it was called as? Ankita, Ranjita, Elvina, Vani, Bharat. Everyone should answer. Yesterday we have discussed this. Bask in the sun when cold and move to the shade and when hot. Okay, this is nothing but called a conform. It is conform. When there is a cold areas, they go to the sun, and when there is hot, they go into the shade areas. Okay, hopefully it is clear to you. Read it tomorrow and come. I'll be asking questions regarding the same. And if there are any doubts, please do ask me tomorrow or the next class. Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, have a nice day, everyone.